The state of Texas is ramping up their long-standing war on educators and education. The Texas Education Agency says that they are now investigating nearly 300 teachers for posting or sharing what they claim to be, quote, reprehensible and inappropriate content on social media related to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Now, Texas Commissioner of Education Mike Morath launched this witch hunt with a September 12th letter to the state's 1,200 local school superintendents. Now, in response to such posts, he said, I'm referring to all documentation of educators that have proliferated such vile content. And I'll give you some examples here. To the TEA's Educator Investigations Division, such posts could constitute a violation of the educator's code of ethics. Oh, and each instance will be thoroughly reviewed to determine whether actionable conduct has occurred, and staff will investigate accordingly. Okay. While the exercise of free speech is a fundamental right we are all blessed to share, it does not give carte blanche authority to celebrate or sow violence against those that share differing beliefs or perspectives. It's funny how he says that after, years of the right wing saying the most heinous and violent things against the left, transgender people, homeless people, etc. I mean, Brian Kilmeade said of homeless people, we should give them involuntary lethal injections. Just kill them. That's what he said, literally. And nothing happened to him. Okay, he's not being, he's still got his job. Okay, he put out a little mild non-apology and was like, hey, you're good enough. Good enough. And everybody just kind of forgot about it. And not long after that, 2 homeless encampments in Minneapolis were shot up. That doesn't seem like an accident. Okay. But yeah, no, carte blanche authority to celebrate or sow violence. Yep, we can't have that. Can't have that. Also ironic is this is how he declared the start of Celebrate Freedom Week. Celebrate Freedom Week. Doesn't really look like freedom. Morath declared TEA's Educator Investigations Division has already begun its review, and I will be recommending to the State Board for Educator Certification that such individuals have their certification suspended and be rendered ineligible to teach in a Texas public school. Look, this is very clearly a crackdown on people's freedom of speech. We have already seen people from every walk of life, from firefighters to airline crew members, a U.S. Marine, TV news pundit on MSNBC, to even a late-night host, millionaire Jimmy Kimmel, getting either suspended or fired for statements that they made about this. And now you have Texas, the Texas government, that is going on a snitch hunt, okay? In fact, Morath advised in his Monday statement that if you were made aware of additional instances of inappropriate content being shared, it should be reported to the agency through TEA's misconduct reporting portal. Now, this got a response here from the Texas American Federation of Teachers, who said, their spokesman, I've been in education in Texas for almost 30 years, and I've never seen a commissioner go out looking for people and soliciting complaints. That's never happened. It is absolutely unprecedented what's going on here. Most of the cases involved here were people who pointed out that Charlie Kirk was a polarizing figure. Now, one person did suggest that karma perhaps may have played a role in what happened to him. But here's the thing, right? Here's the thing about all this. Apparently, there's a lot of people that didn't know some of the things that Charlie Kirk had actually said. Okay? Now, there appears to have been like 2 different faces of Charlie Kirk, right? So a lot of people who have seen perhaps videos of Charlie Kirk saying some pretty reasonable things, right? or reciting prayers, and they're like, oh, well, he was a lovely figure. I don't know who would want to do something like this. But they did not see that he had also made grossly homophobic, transphobic, and racist comments. They didn't see when he had, for example, said that Joanne Reed, Michelle Obama, Ketanji Brown Jackson, and Representative Sheila Jackson Lee, all black, did not have the brain processing power to, quote, otherwise be taken seriously without affirmative action. You would not have even gotten that job. You would not be there. Okay. He also said stuff like, we have made a huge mistake when we passed the Civil Rights Act in the 1960s. Okay. He'd also accused those very same women of stealing a white person's spot. He also said, for example, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Wow. So look, as horrible as a lot of those statements are, and there's so many more, I could be here all day, right? He doesn't deserve to be murdered for saying that stuff, and no one had ever advocated for that. But now, apparently, if you post quotes of what Charlie Kirk has said, either on social media or say them on air, well, that's enough for you to be investigated or fired. The cancel culture has come for you. And that's what this is. This is right-wing cancel culture. Okay? And so now, the Taft spokesperson added, I may not like it, you may not like it, and he's talking about the comments made about the death of Charlie Kirk, but said, I don't think that's inciting violence, and it certainly wasn't happening in the classroom. For the most people, it was happening off hours on their own devices, on their own account. Now, those that may have posted during the workday when they weren't off on their break time or lunchtime may have some questions to answer and find themselves in very hot water. Because yes, when you're on the job, and you're a representative of that particular institution. So I get that, right? But anyone else, I mean, your own private time, your own private account, whatever. Now, that said, the spokesperson added that Morath wants the cases handled by a central certification board, specifically appointed by Governor Greg Abbott. He said of that board, I don't think anybody who goes in front of them is going to get a fair and impartial hearing based on the fact that it is a vote from of gubernatorial appointees on a tremendously hotbed issue. That's true. So yeah, they're not going to get a fair shake on that one. All right. And look, here's the thing. There's already been a teacher that has been tattled on. Okay. The Klein Independent School District, for example, received an anonymous tip regarding Schindwolf Intermediate School football coach Derek Woods for a response to a Facebook post thanking Charlie Kirk for all he has done. Now, Woods responded to that post with, I don't get why anyone is sad. Yes, he is leaving behind two beautiful little girls, and I pray for them. But that man was a horrible effing human being. He was a legit racist, homophobic, and misogynist, transphobic, nasty person. Plus, he said out of his damn mouth that people should die in the order for us to protect the Second Amendment. Now, was that a bit insensitive? Perhaps. But I don't think that's enough to get a man fired. Okay. But what's ironic here is that just last year, 4 Klein ISD teachers were arrested for alleged felonies, including child molestation, sex trafficking, and possession of pornography. So, I mean, it seems like they had other problems than going after teachers for saying things about Charlie Kirk. Okay. And exercising their right to free speech on their own social media accounts. And yet, here we have the state going on a witch hunt. That's it. Look, if this is what the right meant by we're in favor of free speech and ending cancel culture, well, then it really does show you that a lot of them never really cared about free speech at all. They just wanted their chance to do cancel culture on someone else. Remember, they have always been the OG cancel culture folks. And so for me, this is just nothing more than seeing them predictably return to their roots. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.